Hey fam, I was just thinking about something. I had this memory and I wanted to share it. So, when I was like in 8th grade or maybe my freshman year, but I was really young, I remember going on a chat room. I don't remember what the chat room was called. It was something real basic that everybody used back in the day, back in the AOL days and stuff. It was just some kind of like something, chat something. And I don't remember what about it. I just remember there was all these random chat rooms and anybody could go in, and it was just like, it would always be like age, sex, location, so it would be like, oh, well, I'm a 16-year-old female from Maine, right? And that's like what I would answer, to a question like that, which is, I look back and I'm like, that's really weird. So anyway, long story short, I met this guy named Scotty. And I don't know what's up with that because he claimed to be from China. And I believe it was China. And I'm not sure what part. The whole story's weird. So when I go through the memory in my head, it doesn't even make sense. So I'm trying to articulate it the best I can for y'all. He went by the name of Scotty. I can't remember. It was like something like Scotty 762 or something like that. I have no idea. Or 732. And anyway, at some point during the conversation, we exchanged addresses or email addresses, right? And then at another point, we exchanged physical addresses, and we would talk back and forth a lot. So Scotty and I would chat back and forth through my entire length of high school. Like, it was always platonic, chill. Hey, how are you? How's the family? What'd you do this summer? Stuff like that. We didn't chat every day, but we kept in touch. And I never understood that. It's so strange. So anyway, when we were about the same age, supposedly, but he, I think, was a year older than me. He said he was 18 and he was coming to the United States to go to college. And I was just like, oh, that's great. Where are you going? And I believe he was going to somewhere in California. I went off to college myself. And I went off to college in, the university in Maine. And so at that point, like, we still emailed here and there. But at one point, he mailed me a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or something like that. It was really sweet. And this was before it really had hit in the United States, but it was those Tamagotchi items where it was like the first sim, right? And he sent me that before it was popular in America. He sent me that before it had popped off, right? He mailed that to me. And then after he mailed that to me, somehow, some way, we lost touch. Like, I changed emails and addresses and something like that, and I never heard from Scotty again. But I always think back to that, like, Scotty sent me, just this little kid in Maine, he sent me the first, like, Tamagotchi. I mean, maybe not the first, but one of the first ones that anybody had seen in the United States. And I had it on my little keychain, and I never really played with it that much. I didn't understand it. I didn't really care about it. But I was supposed to feed it. And I think at some point I gave it away. And I wish I still had it. But I remember I didn't really take care of it. And I remember saying to somebody, it's like having a pet, but it's like electronics, an electronic pet. And that's exactly what it was. And I remember saying, like, I don't even want to have kids. Like, why would I want this? And I believe I gave it away to a friend. But I always wonder, whatever happened to Scotty, why did Scotty send that to me? And was Scotty even real? Scotty could have been, like, some kind of government agent or something, just keeping track of me. A plant of some type, some mole type persona. I have no idea. But I've had these kind of situations happen to me just randomly through social media many times. Another time I had a person show up, and I had been brand new to Facebook. Okay, I had been on MySpace a lot, but I was brand new to Facebook. And in the beginning, Facebook was very different. This is before the wall changes and all the changes. And, you still played games on Facebook, and, it was real basic. Facebook was very different. Anyway, I remember you could start clubs. Like, they had that in the beginning, and they took it away, and then they brought it back. And you could start, like, community clubs or whatever. Well, at the time, I was selling wine. So I put up a group thing, join my wine group, wine tasting group. Young people wine tasting group or something like that. And I think I was 27 or something. And so I was trying to, like, meet people to sell more wine, or, like, I don't know, just try to, meet more people in the wine circuit, younger people. Well, let's be honest, it didn't do very well. Like, I only had like 5 people in my little group, and I don't know if we ever tasted wine, but there was a guy in the group who friended me, and then he would often come visit me, and he was with the military for damn sure. And he talked about being a spook and all kinds of things. And then he would just show up and then disappear. And he had gone to school here, I believe, maybe college here. I'm not sure why he came back here, but then he was living up north, like in Maryland or something. And I have no idea what that was all about, how he found me, what the heck. But it was so weird. Why do these things happen to me? And then later in my life, later on, I also met someone else, a little older, wrapped up in the military. And it's like, why does this continually happen to me? I haven't had anything lately, but there are times when I've thought about a couple certain people around me, like maybe being agents, or, like not who they claim. And I don't know exactly why I feel that way, but I've always seemed to have some person like that lingering in the background. Why? I don't know, guys. Have you ever had anything like that happen to you? Have you ever had a friend or like come into your life and just stay, and you're not even sure how or why, and you wonder what the deal is? Like, I look back and I'm like, how was this even feasible that I involved myself in these situations? And I'm like telling these people my address and everything about me. I've always been very transparent like that. I don't understand. So yeah, that's the whole story. I don't understand. Social media has always seemed to bring me some interesting folks. So am I the only one? Anybody else feel like they've dealt with anything like this?